The outcome will be available in October, and if you do not receive an outcome notification by November 15, 2024, please consider your application as unsuccessful. Welcome back to our platform, and thank you so much for joining today. So today we are going to talk about an opportunity which is in Australia. Remember, this is not an opportunity to joke with. What I'm talking about here is 38,500 Australian dollars that is up for grabs. Yes, you heard me right. But how are you going to get this money? This money is in the form of a fully funded scholarship. So you still need to do some work in order to grab the money. But if you really want to grab it, you have to listen to me to the end of this video. Then do your own possible best and pray that Yahweh favors you. Now let's go into the video. But before we go into the video, please, I would like you to do me two things. Like the video for me and subscribe to the channel, and if possible, share the video. This way is going to help other people to also grab the material and equally benefit from it. You never can tell, your brother or sister may benefit from such information. Now, this is a fully funded opportunity, and it is for international students. Remember, I said this is a fully funded opportunity, which means that your tuition fee is going to be covered. Probably your medical insurance will be covered, but this medical insurance aspect was not put on the website. Otherwise, I didn't see it, but I'm going to add a link in the video description box for you to verify. If you are new, my name is Milton. Welcome to our platform. So I'm going to add a link which you will click on it, then go there and follow up. But remember to listen to me first so that you don't make errors when you go to this application portal. Now, your tuition fee will be covered. That is the first thing. I mentioned that already. Then you will get 3 years of stipends every month. Like the total sum that will be given to you is 38,000. Okay, so they will give it to you. Then travel allowance will equally be given to you. This is not included in the 38,500. This is a fully funded scholarship. You already know what fully funding is. Full funding means that your tuition, living allowance, travel costs, insurance, everything will be covered. Now, this scholarship is open already, and the closing date is the 31st of July. It was open on June 17, and it is for Masters of Research students and PhD students. It is open for everybody, like for all the fields. So it depends on what you see that you are going to apply for. Remember, they are going to notify you if you were selected around the middle of October, and if by the middle of November you haven't received any notification, whether acceptance or rejections, it means that you were not selected. Let's go into the details proper to look at what it entails. We will check the eligibility, we will talk about the availability, we will check the components, and we will look at how you can apply for this scholarship. Now, I'm going to be looking my jotter here, so I explain to you. First of all, what is the name of this scholarship? This scholarship is at Macquarie University in Sydney, Australia. And the name of this scholarship is called International Scholarship Round. This is a training program called IRTP for international students, and it is, like I said, a research opportunity, right? It is open for international students. I talked about that already. Now let's take a look at the things I mentioned before, eligibility and all those other things. First, availability of this scholarship. The scholarship will be available to applicants who are, at the time of applications, a citizen of a country other than Australia or New Zealand and intend to reside in Sydney, Australia during their candidature, and equally plan to undertake a Masters of Research or Doctor of Philosophy in S1 2025 full-time and meet the admission criteria for commencement into the Masters of Research program. Refer to Schedule 2.3 or Doctor of Philosophy at the time of application meet English requirements. Let me explain something here. This is why I said you have to listen to me so that you don't make errors. Now, the link I will put in the video description box. When you go there, click on that English language requirements to see what has been written there. Pay attention to the scores given there. Pay attention to everything that has been given, because if you submit an application that does not meet the requirement, automatically you will not be selected. Remember, this is not small money. This is 38,500 Australian dollars. This is huge. So for them to select you, you must stand out and stand out real strong. Remember, requirements also vary. If you are going for Masters of Research, you should have a bachelor's degree already. Do not forget that Australia usually take at least 3.0 on a scale of 4, and sometimes some schools will consider 3.5. Forget that. For you to apply for PhD, you need to have a honors in your Masters, in addition to a good score during your bachelor's days. Now, remember, we will have a valid visa enabling the commencement of study in session 1st 2025. I hope you understand. So your visa would directly be in, like, if you get this scholarship, they might even send you your visa. Okay, maybe send you a document to go to the embassy, get a stamp, or send a stamp to you directly, and you are off for Australia. Then also read through everything to see the criteria that they are going to be using, because it's so important for you to put everything into consideration. That is for the availability of the scholarship. Now let's take a look at the components, what you need and everything. They said successful PhD IRTP candidates will receive 1. A tuition fee offset for a maximum of 3 years, a living allowance stipend for up to 3 years, current rate of 38,500 Australian dollars, a travel concession applied to their local transport Opal card, which means that if you are in Australia, any movement you make in Australia will be paid for complete. They said local, not international, which means that if you travel out of Australia, you're not going to get anything. So any movement within Australia will be paid for. Successful PhD, international MQRS, that's International Masters of Research, right, would receive a tuition fee offset for a minimum of 3 years, living allowance, and a whole lot of others. So please make sure you pay attention to all the details given on the website. I don't want to drag this video to be too long, so that we doesn't waste a lot of time here. Now, how to apply for this scholarship is the next thing you need to know. How to apply? We encourage applicants to submit their application as early as possible prior to deadline. That is already a step to tell you that if you submit your application early, you may stand a chance if everything being equal, or if all your things are okay. Now, they went further to say all applications should select international research scholarship as the type in their application. There is a link there. So when you click that link, you have to select international scholarship, like they explained already. Applicants who are already enrolled commence an MCure graduate research program in 2024 only and have received a valid Macquarie University letter of offer for PhD within the last 6 months must submit an online graduate research application for scholarship only. Do you understand? That is very clear. The outcome will be available in October, and if you do not receive an outcome notification by November 15, 2024, please consider your application as unsuccessful. Now, there are a lot of things here you need to put into consideration. Scholarship is not for the weak. First thing first, your requirements. Now, let me add my voice to these requirements. Remember, you need English proficiency. Australia doesn't joke with English language proficiency. So if you must move with this scholarship, you have to get it done. Like I said, you will check the link. I know why I said you should check the link, because there is something there I want you to see it. The other things you need to pay attention to are 2 things. Motivation letter and your reference letter when a scholarship is concerned. This is a trick I want to give you. Even if you are asked or not to submit your motivation letter, I will encourage you to always write a motivation letter. A statement of purpose is the same thing, or a letter of intent, still the same thing, or a motivation letter, still the same thing. Now, this letter shows clearly your determination for the scholarship. It shows clearly that you know what you are doing. So putting down some words is going to encourage the scholarship board. Anytime you are uploading your documents, even if it's not asked, attach the document to your academic credentials. When you're uploading them online, then you submit. Put all of these into consideration, because nobody is going to tell you. Now, in case they do not ask for reference letters, I will equally advise you to add 2 copies of recommendation, maybe one from your job, one from your school, right? This is the reason when you add these extra documents when nobody asks you, it shows how serious you are and how passionate you are to grab the scholarship. Now, but in the case they said do not add any document unless you were asked to submit it, please, I will advise you not to add it. It is very important to follow instructions first before any other thing. I hope this helps you. I will put a link down there. Make sure you apply. I will keep bringing more scholarship updates for you so that you can try. We never can know who is going to be the winner, so take it very well and apply all the details I'm saying. It's very important for you to put this into consideration because nobody is going to explain all these things I'm telling you now. You understand what I mean? So we are going to meet again in another one.